There's a feeling that I've felt recently, and maybe you felt the same thing. It's a kind of panic regarding creative work. Like I have to accomplish this, this, and this before the AI robots come and replace me. Before all art and creativity loses purpose and meaning, and the world as we know it is gone. Or is that just me? No, I'm sure you've at least thought about it. The world is changing in ways and at a pace that no one thought possible even just a couple of years ago. And that rate of change is contagious. We feel it. Even if we don't immediately notice it in our day-to-day, it's in the ether. And I'm not pretending I know what's going to happen. I have my opinions, but look, we're rolling the dice here as a society. But I don't think panicking is the right response. And I don't think running around trying to keep up with this week's new AI tool is what we should be doing either. I was listening to Rich Roll's podcast the other day, who is a calming presence, and he brought up the story of the tortoise and the hare. The rabbit is running all over the place and gets distracted along the way and loses to the tortoise, who just stays the course. Slow and steady wins the race. That story feels especially pertinent right now. Most of us are running all over the place trying to keep up with the changes, but maybe the best option is to be more like the tortoise. Stay the course. Keep doing your thing until someone tells you the race is over. Which it never is, but you know what I mean. The idea of slowing down sounds counterintuitive to me, honestly. I'm not a hustler by nature, but even I get caught up in the push to do more, be more productive, become future-proof and all that stuff. I don't actually follow through on any of it, but it's in my consciousness. I'm aware that other people are out there doing more than I am, and that makes me feel somehow less than. And before I forget, I always forget this, but if you want to support the show while I resist the urge to become future-proof, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. It really helps with the algorithm. But beyond that, Patreon is where you can get early access to episodes, some bonus stuff that doesn't go anywhere else. There's a link in the description. So the same day I listened to the Rich Roll podcast, I had to go to the recycling center in Reykjavík and ended up in a considerable line just sitting in my car. And I thought about what he was saying, the tortoise and the hare, and I sat there staring at the car in front of me, and I got it, I think. What we need is presence of mind, to be fully aware in the moment. That's not really possible when we're racing around from task to task, trying not to get left behind. This is actually something I have to work on with most of my drum students. I don't know if it's because hyperactive kids are encouraged to play drums, to burn the energy off. But most of them will try to play things too fast, faster than they're comfortably able to play, even when they're reading something for the first time. And I tell them it's like if your mom asked you to set the table for dinner and you just start throwing the plates and glasses and silverware on the table. Even if you're lucky and nothing breaks, it looks like crap. Faster isn't always better. In fact, usually the opposite is true. Slowing down gives you time to think, time to consider, to notice your mistakes and adjust. Even if the goal is to eventually play faster, you always have to start slow to be sure of what you're doing. And slowing down has another benefit for creative people. It's really boring, sometimes painfully so. But I see it like this. If you want to make something, first you have to make room for it. When I get home from IKEA with a new piece of furniture, the first thing I have to do is clear enough space to spread everything out and start deciphering the instructions. You have to clear space in your head to make room for ideas to form. And that's what being bored does for you. The whole idea for this episode came to me while I was sitting in that line. I wasn't trying to brainstorm, it just happened. But it wouldn't have happened if I was stressed out about wasting time, waiting in line to dispose of some stupid glass jars. And look, I don't want to minimize the threat of AI. I know people, even here in Iceland, who have been laid off and replaced by AI. The threat is real. But instead of rushing around trying to keep up with the tech trend of the week, slow down and just do what you love. Do what you're good at. Expertise will endure. It might not seem like it right now, but I think it will. And I'm not saying to completely ignore AI either. If you're curious about it and you think it might help you somehow, go for it. But don't lose what you have. Don't turn into the rabbit. And make space for new ideas. We can allow that space to get taken up by stress and worry, or we can make peace with where we are and let our minds wander. And you know what? During that whole recycling errand, not once did I think about being replaced by an AI robot. Thanks so much for hanging out. I'll catch you in the next episode. Until then, keep the flow.